Come on. I know you can do it.
It says live on my.
Hello, welcome back to the Gamer's Tale. I'm Trent Gannon. I'll be your dungeon master for this evening. Today we'll be finding what happens to the party after they do their nefarious plans. Last we left off, Sir Algrim had conscripted a number of individuals into joining the cause of trying to restore order within the eastern kingdom of Ultan. In the process of this, they went to Imbendril and conducted business while managing to take care of a number of things. Oh. And met up with several interesting characters, one of which was Thaddeus Sweet Tea, who agreed to transfer some of their enchantments over to another sword of Frederick's, revealing some interesting things. Says this failed to go live. And I'm going to pop out real quick and then pop back in.
Alrighty.
So there I was, balls deep in a jar of mayonnaise, when I thought to myself, I should have made the sandwich first. God, I really hope it went live right as I started saying that.
That would be pretty funny. Or if it was live the whole time and that was on either way.
What the hell is this?
Battle Royale.
As soon as I get my swords back, you're all going down. Oh, Craig, have you played Curse of Strahd yet?
I'm actually in a campaign right now.
Yeah, I'm running my group through Curse of Strahd starting on Saturday.
That's fun.
Yeah, I have one guy that can't start till next week. I have 3 guys that'll start this weekend, and 2 guys that'll start like halfway through February. So I have interesting ways I'm going to tie them together. But so far, I have
could be very interesting.
Yeah, so far I have a paladin, I have a ranger, and a
Both
rogue.
very good. All very good for that. Yeah.
It still says live on this end.
Yeah, and I didn't tell them anything about the game either, like the campaign. I just like, hey, make a character, and they did it.
I freaking love paladins. All of their class abilities are super cool.
Yeah.
But actually playing one, I'm not that big a fan of that.
Well, and this is actually partially due to like 3.5 and other editions. There's a notion that you have to play a paladin as lawful good, because in 3.5, in the class description, it specifically says must be lawful good.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have
powers.
Yeah, but I like to play. I've always liked to play paladins this way. It's not so much that you have to be lawful good. I prefer a lawful alignment, just because you do have a code that you live to.
It doesn't necessarily have to be the law.
Yeah,
but you have your set of rules that you follow. Yeah, I gotcha.
And that's all that lawful really means, that you have a code that you believe in.
Yeah.
Now, that code may be about punching orphans, but hey, it's a code.
That'd be more along the lines of lawful evil right there.
It depends. Are the orphans thieves? Lawful neutral?
Yeah, I guess you could call that neutral. You could call basically anything neutral. I mean, it could just be, I felt like it.
Yeah, we like to, me and my buddy who's playing the ranger, like to play this game where we describe a situation, and one of us has to give an alignment, and then the person who gave an alignment has to alter it by one step by giving another reaction to that action, and keep going until we can make our way back from lawful good to chaotic evil, from chaotic evil to lawful good.
Wasn't that interesting? Well, apparently, I'm probably gonna have to start doing things from here in this random location because internet keeps fuzzing out in the other room. So
I'm digging the plaid. Very Midwestern.
it's extremely Midwestern, especially with all this in the background with my bow and my Gandalf staff over there. So I forgot my coffee, so you're just going to have to deal with that. We are still live, so that's fantastic.
Which means your horrible joke is on here too.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, it
Indeed
is.
so.
Just because I want to, I will be right back. I am going to actually get that coffee because I need that for this. Continue talking amongst yourselves.
All right, we're gonna finish our battle royale.
So
Funny
I'm
you
gonna be
should say
honest.
that.
If we were gonna do a battle royale, I'm gonna take out Ty first. No, I'll take out Craig first.
Funny you should say that, and this will be on the stream for later, but we had a hell of a snowstorm the other day. Trent and I were digging it out, and he said, I was kind of thinking of having a battle royale when you guys reach, like he said, like 6th or 7th level. I said, as long as it's non-canonical, if somebody dies. He said, sure, yeah, we wouldn't want to have that. Because, I mean, basically, at 7th level, it would be like 5th level slots, he said.
Yeah,
Whatever.
double slots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going after Craig first. I'm gonna burn all of my actions. Attack, extra attack, bonus, action surge. I have a pretty decent chance of critting by then. So
Gotta love technical difficulties. Anyway, I'm back. I have coffee. We can continue on in entirely different settings. That's throwing me completely off with the story. So, last we left off, you're going back to your rooms into one of the local taverns to wait for Thaddeus Sweet Tea to finish the enchantment on your sword and Treadskull's shield, and we'll pick up there.
okay, so I assume it's like nighttime or evening.
It's getting toward there, about 6 or 7 o'clock. It's dark in the city. There are high walls.
I don't really have anything else I need to do. I mean, what's going on at the tavern?
The tavern it's got the working class guys already in there. They're having some drinks, just not really rowdy, just a very slow day after hard day's work. So
And there's also a giant elk and a boar and a weasel
yeah, I forgot about that too.
and a lizard man.
I forgot they were still conjured. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're drawing some stairs walking around with the boar and the weasel and the giant elk. Not necessarily bad, but people are still like, you don't see that every day. You get a couple of comments and it's like, hey, Beowulf, let's go there. You don't see that every day.
And I just think to myself, obviously they don't see people like me every day. I mean, come on.
All right.
Lizard folk with his
None of
menagerie.
these people have scales.
You can say you scaled up. All right, so
Ah.
there's nothing else anyone wants to do. We can skip over to the next day. You are well rested and having a good night's sleep. Like
Now-
that ever happens in the real world.
Point of order. Is Thaddeus gonna send for us when it's done, or should we just like check back every day?
Probably best to check back. He didn't really mention that he'd sent for you, let alone you didn't leave where you guys were staying.
That's fair. That's very fair. I guess I'll have one of my guys. We already paid, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There's mainly the payment and the favor is what he's actually really using.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I would just send one of my guys to go check on it.
Okay.
Probably Richard.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember which one Richard was, and I'm pretty sure I got that one.
The roughly 19-year-old one.
Oh yeah, everyone's whipping boy.
The
Yeah.
Proby.
Next day, Richard comes back. He says that the shield is ready, but the next day is probably when the sword will get done. It's a bit more complicated enchantment than Thaddeus was expecting, despite the fact that it was rather intricate when he first looked it over. And to also that he would prefer that you come and pick it up.
Okay. And I'll just make a note for myself to go pick it up tomorrow.
The shield also was not sent over. He's expecting to put them both at the same time. Sir Algrim is continuing to do his normal courtly work at the city hall and is dealing predominantly with that most of the day. You don't see him for the entire day. And he, of course, keeps you apprised via messengers, Richard and his own. And the day passes without event if no one has anything to do.
I was going to contemplate about using my herb handfuls, but
Do you want to do that? You want to try something?
yeah, I don't know what I can make them into because I didn't really find out very much about that stuff. Some minor potion or other, probably.
Probably mostly potions of healing, a few other things. Maybe have
Okay.
like a paste that you can put on things, heal burns, stuff like that. Maybe even blow things off. Who knows?
Just for giggles, I'm going to roll my bag of tricks.
Okay.
So I got another weasel, a panther, and a dire wolf.
So you have all these things just in your room with you, and they're just sitting there, all looking at each other. And Richard, who's generally the one who checks on, and everyone comes in, and he just looks, closes the door behind him, just not breaking eye contact with any of them, and just.
And as he's not breaking eye contact, neither are they, and neither am I.
All right.
Oh, did Richard bring back the shield, I assume?
No, he did not. They're going to be both given when in one go because of reasons, and Thaddeus doesn't trust any of you.
We don't really trust him either, though.
It's just, yeah. Okay, so Thaddeus. The next day, you send Richard, and Thaddeus does inform you that through Richard, that the enchantments are completed, and he also has the consignment ready for you.
Okay. I will go and pick mine up, and I guess I don't know if everyone else is going to go with me, but I'm going to go.
Are we planning on leaving town after we pick up our weapons and armor?
Well, we can't leave until
Oh.
Sir Algrim is ready.
Okay. Well, I'll go with you anyway, just for fun.
Yeah, we might as well.
According to these alchemist supplies, potions would be a magic item. Apparently, what I'm restricted to with these alchemy supplies is stuff like alchemist fire acid, antitoxin, can make things like candles or perfume or oil or soap.
You can put a candle on the end of your alchemy pot and have it like a lantern.
For some reason, that makes a better mental picture than an actual utility idea.
Pay no attention to that, please.
That's all right.
Okay, so you make your way northeast from where you're staying, past Mr. Miasmic's Mystic Theater, and into Sweet Tea's shop. You once again see the large bar-like area in the front, the shelves behind it, and the rather bare open area in front of it. The Sweet Tea again comes up and by, and you don't see his aide or the clerk that was there the first time. He comes out. Good day to you, sirs. I'm assuming you're here for your items.
Yes, we are.
I have them just in the back, and I also have that favor I asked of you.
Not
He goes
a
in the
problem.
back. He goes in the back, and it takes him a couple of trips, but he puts the golem skull shield on the counter. He comes out, and he has laid across the top of this rather large, almost footlocker like metal box. He sets it up on the table. You see your long swords in their respective things.
Awesome. Okay. So I know the Righteous Avenger does force or necrotic. I'm just going to keep that at force for simplicity.
Mhm.
And my other longsword, which I'm going to name Knight's Fall, is going to be necrotic.
Yes.
Awesome sauce. Okay.
So I've managed to transfer the enchantment over to your other sword there, and now I need you to, within the next couple of months, whenever you're in the area, to take this chest. It says chest, but it's probably about 6 or 7 inches deep, about maybe a foot wide, and about 2 foot wide or 2 foot long. I need you to take this chest. I need you to deliver it to the oasis.
Anyone specific in the Oasis, or
Specifically, you're going to be looking for a man by the name. If I could remember where I actually took that note down, you're going to need to bring that to a man by the name of, Nicky, I believe is how we usually call it. Sorry, Naki. It's been a while since I dealt with a man, but he is one of my contacts over there.
okay? Anywhere in Oasis we can find him specifically, or
He is currently. Last time I checked, he was trying to get into good graces with one of the major officials of the Oasis at the time. So, given as that was several months ago or more, he's probably managed to weasel his way into the position. This is what you would call a secretary or an aide.
okay? But to whom? Do you remember? Do you know their name or no?
It's not my business.
Okay.
So we've got to do some detecting. Excellent.
What is this? What is this consignment?
This is the delivery of a magical item.
I understood that portion of it. I meant like what's inside the box.
As,
That's
as
not
an
you
as-
to know.
I was going to say, as an aside, I whispered to Frederick, I think if he wanted us to know, he would have told us. And since this is a consignment, he probably wants it kept secret.
That's fair.
The less you know, the less I know, the better.
Yeah, you remember how we were talking last week about being suspicious as shit? Yeah. Top. Tip top.
On a scale of 1 to 10, this is about 12. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, if there's nothing else, I guess we would leave and try and locate Sir Algrim and
Yeah.
see what the
Really?
next order of business is.
Right.
Okay.
If we have nothing else to buy or check out, which we did mostly last time, so yeah.
Yeah, we should be good, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you know that Sir Algrim is spending most of his time in City Hall.
I will go in person. I won't send one of my guys, and I will seek him out and see what the order is, what the plans are, stuff like that.
As you walk into City Hall, you see Eric come from the right hand side, and he comes and says, "Oh, good, you're back. Was kind of worried that you were taking a little too long at the store. I have something to take care of." And he walks out the door.
Eric does.
Yes.
I want to stop him real quick and ask what he's gonna go do.
Just something that was I was asked to take care of something. Sir Algrim asked me to do that.
I'm kind of gonna just pull him in a little closer. Need I remind you that you are my retainer? Your business is my business.
Yes, I remember. And he just kind of pulls away and goes out the door.
If my mustache were any thicker, I'd be twirling it in thought right now. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
All right, then I will go through the door that he came out through because Sir Algrim must be there.
You go in, and it seems to be something like just a random hallway with a bunch of doors. This doesn't seem to be where like the major business happens. Algrim would be higher up within the major part of City Hall.
All right, I'm just gonna go seek him out. I'm gonna grab someone. Hey, where's Sir Algrim?
Oh, one of the passing people. Oh, he's up in the main hall. He's just go up these stairs, 2 levels, and there'll be a big room.
I'll think I'm gonna
Large double doors.
head that way.
So as you go up the store, you goes up the stairs and you reach the 2 double doors. There's perfunctory a couple of guards. The guards here are mostly elven because Immadrill has been predominantly an elven founded city because of magic forest and all that sort of thing. They allow you entrance because the forest keeps out most of the riffraff. Inside, you see Sir Algrim in conversation with one of the leading officials, and you see Alan and Eric sitting off to the side.
Both of my retainers. This is concerning. Okay, yeah, I will go and I'll stand nearby. If they're speaking, I won't interrupt, but I'll make my presence known.
You see Sir Algrim kind of give you a small nod as he continues to talk with one of what appears to be local magistrates, and you see over in one corner conducting another conversation this very tall, very straight elf. He's got, of course, the pointed ears, and he has long, probably about down to the middle of his back, long flaming red hair with streaks of gray. He's a very severe looking face, deep crags and everything. And Yoan actually recognizes him.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
As who?
You recognize him as, again, flip 15 things. You recognize him as a Nestor, second overseer of the Stone Syndicate. He's not all that pretty of an elf, despite being advanced in age, and definitely doesn't look like most of the other elves, even half of his age or the matching. You know from the history that at one point during his adventurous youth, he had encountered and defeated a lich with a party of adventurers, and for that is the most reason why he is so much more gaunt and elderly looking than any other elf you've ever really encountered, that being from the toll of the magics he's wielded and, of course, dealing with life-altering magic.
Huh. I asked him if he knows anything about the missing, what is it, artwork or artifacts?
It's artifacts, and some things include artwork as well, but things of magical nature.
Right.
You walk up to him, and he's a bit. He sees you come up. He recognizes you. He's always been good at recognizing people who are part of the Stone Syndicate, especially since you fall underneath his purview as overseer. The second overseer deals with things such as the arcane arts. There are 3 branches within the Stone Syndicate. The first overseer deals with magics dealing with deities such as cleric and paladin magics. The second deals with the arcane and the various specializations that fall under this, such as blade song, as you are a member of. And the third deals with natural magics, such as those wielded by druids.
Okay.
He nods and he kind of breaks off the conversation. He comes up to Yoan. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too, man.
How goes your search?
I have no direction yet. I'm not even sure what exactly I'm supposed to be looking for, other than the fact that they're artifacts.
There has been a number of disappearances of major artifacts from several museums and private collections that the Stone Syndicate has been keeping an eye on. In regards to that, I actually have an asset for you to be able to use in your adventures. We'll be introducing him to you and to Sir Algrim's party sometime within the next several days, given his demeanor, shall we say.
Okay.
And he kind of leans forward, says, between you and me, money is the only thing that keeps this individual happy, so make sure he's well paid.
Okay.
I look forward to spending more time with you all on the road. He kind of takes his leave and very stiffly walks out of the room to deal with whatever business he is going to be dealing with. Sir Algrim ends the rather intense conversation that he was in. He walks over to you, Stephen, or Frederick, and he goes, good to see you here. We're planning on leaving for Port Chrysanias, or St. Chrysanias, within the next day or two. I hope you have all your business taken care of within the city. Yes?
Everything that is necessary to be done is done.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
The chest thing that we're supposed to deliver, that's going to fit in the bag, right?
Yeah, it is. It should fit in the bag. I
Okay.
mean, it shouldn't be an issue.
Right.
I mean, it's not that heavy. It's probably maybe 10 pounds, if not more.
Okay.
But it's not like you're carrying a safe with you. It's more of a strong box rather than anything that's going to be several hundred pounds.
Right.
It's made for secure travel.
And I'm sure it's protected against divination as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would ask that if Sir Algrim had a moment later in private, if I could speak to him.
We can speak now. I've just finished with my business here, and I have a few other places, a few higher houses, and politicians to rub elbows with, despite the fact that they mostly come up to my chest. But anyway, we can take a few minutes now.
Yeah. And I mean no offense by saying this, but what is your business with my retainers?
What business?
Well, when I last saw Eric downstairs, he brushed me off.
He looks to the side, and he looks at Eric, who's sitting along the wall, and says, Eric's been here with the meetings all day.
Okay, then that is concerning.
Okay.
Not to butt in, but I can whisper a little bit to Frederick here. That means one of two things. Either, no disrespect to Sir Algrim, but I think he would know where Eric was if he was seeing him at all times during today.
Yes.
Or somebody posing as Eric or under some form of illusory magic decided to impersonate him for some reason or other just about 10 minutes ago.
I would agree with your astute observation.
As far as what we do about it,
Well, there's no real way we could track him down. It's been too long. The trail would be cold.
What trail?
It seems that there may have been someone or something posing as my retainer, Eric.
That's definitely concerning.
Yes, he said he had business to attend to of yours.
It's even more concerning. I've been in meetings all day. I hadn't had time to even address my own retainers and tell them what to do, let alone any of yours.
I wish I knew then what I know now.
Yes, definitely.
Whoa.
If all right, I will, Mr. Algrim, I will see to this matter and see if I can find anything out.
Sounds like a good plan. This could compromise several of our plans if an individual can travel around looking like any one of our retainers.
Well, could it be Toadspore?
Toadspore is a very good operator in what he does, which is gather information, but I've never known him to use arcane means to disguise his appearance.
All right. Thank you. And with that, I'll give a light bow and I'll walk away and ponder this. So we know he knows what Eric looks like. He knows what Sir Algrim looks like, and he knows what I look like. So he had to have been following us for a little bit. So he probably knows where we are. I'm going to rush back to where we were staying and burst into our room.
Okay. Oh yeah. You burst into the room.
That's what I would do. I would go, if I was this person and I was trying to gather information, I would go back to the person's room and try and seek out information.
Okay. You go back to the room and it looks almost exactly like how you left it.
Almost exactly.
Well, it looks like maybe cleaners have come in and, like, tidy up some of the things, maybe clean up some dust or anything that the wait staff might have been in.
Okay. I just want to do a quick search of the room. Anything where someone could be hiding.
Okay, make a search check.
Can I assist?
Did you follow him?
I didn't. Crap. I didn't. I intended to, but I didn't say so. So I can't.
That'll be
think-
a big old 10.
From you search. There's not a lot of places to hide in this room. It's fancy. There's a couple of closets, maybe, and a wardrobe, and some shadowy corners. But to your hands and eyes, there's nothing in there. And you search. You're searching for a man-sized object. You're not searching for something small. You're not going to find anything just by like waving in there, and you reach around, and there's not much of anything that is out of place.
Okay. I also want to look on my persons, on myself, and go through my stuff and make sure nothing is missing or gone.
Okay, roll another search check.
13. I should be pretty familiar with my own equipment.
Yes. Nothing's out of place. Your swords are there. The halberd is there. Everything that you had yesterday with you, except for the coin that you used to pay for anything that, like food and lodging, is here.
All right. I'm out of ideas. Does anyone else have any idea?
I don't
Okay.
even know.
So, I'm not there, but I could just say this as me and not my character. He knows. I'm not as familiar as with how illusory magic works as well as some others, and I don't know if there's any of us who could detect if somebody was using it. I know I personally can't be doing that, but I don't know how somebody would need to. We have no idea of anybody's motive
I
for
will
doing
remind
this
you.
either.
I will remind you that the necklace of true sight looks through illusions.
So if he's wearing that at all times, there must be somebody powerful enough to discount that. So it would be like some kind of greater illusion or like a master of disguise.
Damn. I wish I thought about this when it happened, but would I have noticed anything off about Eric?
other than his rather brusque manner and the fact that he came in from somewhere where you hadn't really left him or some place official, there's nothing that you really noticed that was odd.
Can we track where he came toward Frederick and then go back there?
Frederick checked that immediately, and because he thought that was where Algrim was, and there's just a hallway with a series of doors leading to what would be presumably offices.
Okay. I will go back to City Hall, and I will talk to Eric.
Okay. Ah, sir, there you are. I saw you. You run off in a rush. Is there anything wrong?
Yes. One. Before I came into this office, had you seen me at all?
Except for when you left for the shop this morning and before I came over here. No. Between
Okay.
those 2 points, no.
Have you been having any dealings with anyone suspicious? And when I say dealings, I mean speaking about our business. Me, you, Sir Algrim.
I am fond of my drink, but uh, I gather information. I know people talk too much when they have too much, and I don't.
Have you noticed anyone following you, watching you too closely?
Other than a few of the guards when I'm in buildings like this, no, not really. I have noticed one or two of disciples of Saronicus in the city, but they've been in passing and they've had business obviously elsewhere.
Motherfuckers. What have you found out about the Order of Saronicus here?
Are you asking Eric this?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't really been looking as hard as I could, but there seems to be a decent number of them. They're definitely in a minority in this city. I've not seen any like open preaching like we did in Crosswood, but they are here, but they don't seem to be as vocal in the major cities as they were in the outliers. I think they
Okay.
think that there's more of a consequence to being open about abolishing things than there are far away from the sources of what they view as power.
Okay.
Oh, okay, if I'm near enough to Frederick to say so, I can whisper. As I recall, their leader, Abster, was quite a powerful user of illusion magic.
That's actually inaccurate. Saronicus is the leader of the
Order.
Oh,
Saronicus
right, he's
order,
the
sir.
opposite. Okay.
Well,
Mhm.
not necessarily the opposite. It's more of we haven't confirmed their connection on the surface. It's more of just a strong belief of mine that becomes stronger and stronger every time we talk about it.
Yep.
Okay, I'll be done with
Okay.
Eric, and I'm gonna go talk to Alan. It's Alan's.
Alan's sitting there patiently, his moderately darker skin and closer cropped hair, looking very serious in these proceedings. Yes, sir.
Has Eric left this room today since
Uh,
entering it?
one point he had to go to the bathroom.
Has anyone been following you two?
Not that I've noticed.
Okay. Keep your eyes out for anyone following or staring a little too closely. If you do
Understood.
notice them, take good note of what they look like and let me know.
Understood, sir.
All right. Where is Richard?
Richard is not here right now. He is elsewhere. Most likely, you might have caught a glimpse of him at the hotel, seeing as he's the messenger boy. He's there to receive places where last you were known to be and to deliver messages.
I'm gonna let this go for right now. I'm gonna keep it in the back of my mind for next time something crazy happens.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm good. Does anyone have anything that they want to do?
for now, I mean, as far as this fresh out of ideas, no leads and almost no clues.
I should have caught that. Eric would never have been so brave. Fucking ballsy. Okay.
All right, not
And you
Not-
thought the
not to-
Irishman was the creepiest sin, man.
Oh no,
Not-
no, he's not the creepy. He's suspicious.
there's a
He's
difference.
Very suspicious.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing?
You know what? I will head back to the tavern. Is there anyone in the tavern?
Couple of day drinkers. It's getting towards like lunchtime, so people who are taking off for work, eating out for a little treat, maybe. You see, Toadspore there. You can't really miss Toadspore. He's red and silver-eyed.
I'm gonna go sit down with Toadspore.
Well,
Oh
well,
boy,
this
this will
is
be interesting.
what
My
a
thoughts
surprise!
exactly.
Can I help you, Frederick? Huh?
I'm gonna scoot in really close to him, like uncomfortably close. I'm just gonna.
He puts
play
your
him-
arm. He puts his arm around your chair.
I'm just gonna brush the arm away. This is business right now, buddy. Have you been impersonating my men?
No, I like being me. I do not like to impersonate anyone. Really, I find it very hard, and I much prefer to observe things. The way I look, it gives me a good feeling of how people react to strange things. Once I
Yeah.
come in, they know I know everything about them. Huh?
Then I have a job for you.
Oh, what is this? Huh?
Someone or something impersonated one of my men to the point where I did not notice.
Oh, that's a very handy skill to have. What tipped you off?
The fact that Sir Algrim had been with my man the entire day.
Mm,
I do know this. He knows what my man Eric looks like. He knows who I am, and he knows who Sir Algrim is.
interesting.
Him knowing Sir Algrim, I can forgive because many people know of him.
Sure.
Me and Eric are not public figures. We are not the most well known, which means that he's been following us and watching us.
That is very concerning, especially as with my conversations with Sir Algrim last night, he mentioned that you were to be out of the spotlight, and if people know of you, that's very
Exactly.
contrary to our plans.
So, the job that I have for you, and we can discuss payment upon your performance with a hefty bonus for whatever you can find out. Find, if you can, whom this person is, where they reside, and if you get to them before I do, hold them still.
I will check with my contacts in the city and to see if there's anyone or anything that could be around here that could do the acts that you have described, because I'm quite interested in finding this individual as well.
I mostly want to wear their skin.
And I want their services, but we cannot have everything we want now, can we?
I can. I have time. I can.
I'm a nobleman, confound it.
I'll let you know by the end of the day if I have heard anything. I'll make a few inquiries, and if there's nothing else, if nothing turns up, well, then it doesn't exist. He
Yeah.
gets up and he leaves.
Okay.
That
I was
was
going
an
to tell him to be
awesome
cautious, but they're probably a very, very powerful mage. But he left before I could warn him. So, je ne sais pas.
If he ends up in the ditch, it's not our fault, yeah?
Yeah, I tried to warn him. What do I know? Yeah.
I mean, he was like wandering around in the Lumbian Empire for like 2 months.
Yeah,
Man,
he said he transverts to like what was the equivalent of like what 300 miles underground.
probably more. He's probably not all there after doing that. Who knows?
All right. With that, I have nothing else.
Oh man.
Does anyone have anything that they want to do, or do you want to fast travel to the next day?
I just wanted to put a couple spells into the ring of spell storing. That's all I'm gonna do.
Were there specific museums and like private, like the people that own the private collections that I should be like talking to, or?
You can find a Nestor. He's very hard to miss. You can find him and ask him if you want.
Okay. Did he mention where he might be going that I would know where to look for him, or?
You can ask around at the city hall. I'm sure someone would know. The itinerary would be there at some point.
Right. Yeah, I'll, am I like alone now? Did everyone go somewhere and I'm just kind of like...
I thought I was kind of at the hotel. So if you're at the hotel, I would be there too. I'm trying to figure out where I was at.
Okay.
So
Probably
if you're there, I'm there.
Yeah, City Hall sounds like a good idea.
Okay, you going by yourself?
Wow.
If you don't mind, I'll go with you just to
Yeah, it'd be better if
back up just in case.
I was gonna say if you needed
find everybody else when we're done.
Especially with like what just happened, we should definitely close ranks and stick together.
Yeah.
if you needed some help searching, I was gonna come along. So
Okay.
What's Treadskull is doing while you guys do this?
Other than the ring of spell storing, unless someone's coming to me for something, I'm probably just gonna hang out. Maybe
Where?
do some crafting at the inn we're staying at, probably.
back at the room. Okay.
Rooms.
Wait,
Rooms.
Time out, pause. We need a code word.
Tomato.
Jenga.
Okay.
Jenga. It will be Jenga. Jenga is the code word for I'm the real me.
Okay.
Okay,
Jenga's the code word.
Do you inform your men of this code word?
Why we
I'll
have a code?
inform everyone but Eric.
Okay.
And the plan is if someone doesn't know the code word, we don't hurt them. We just hold them down. No, okay, I got to tell Eric too. I'll tell Eric. But no, this is what I'll do. I'll tell Eric it's tomato. And I'll tell everyone else that it's tomato. That Eric thinks it's tomato. So if Eric answers with Jenga,
we know he's the imposter when we get to grab him.
Correct.
Or
Done.
whatever. Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm gonna wear his skin.
Oh my.
See, I don't trust Eric now. This is bad. Oh god.
I got a hold person.
This worked way too well than I expected. Okay, so you guys, Treadskull is sitting alone in his room and, crafting things. You guys go to City Hall. You ask where Overseer Nestor is, and you're directed to a loner office, shall we say. As a nice view of one of the open squares, south-facing window, things like that.
Okay. Did they say like west side of town, north? What do we? Where should I start? Like,
I missed that.
I got a description of the building, but they have like a direction,
you were in the building, and they direct you to the office that he's in.
Oh, I'm already in the. Okay.
Yes, you're in the building.
Yeah. So Tread's with me, or
no, everybody but Tread is with you. So
if you
Frederick
ask,
and
I'll
me.
come. Like, he doesn't have any plans, but if someone wants him to go with them, he's not going to argue.
well, either way, I mean, as long as we know where to meet up after we're done. Should we meet up at like the hotel or?
That's what I would say if we don't have any other alternative.
Okay. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's whoever wants to come with me, come. If you're not,
Okay.
then we'll meet up at the hotel.
Okay, so Tread would be there, and Frederick and I are with you.
Yeah. Close
Okay.
ranks. Definitely closing ranks.
Well, if everyone's going, then Tread's probably going to go too. But I was just, he didn't have any plans. So.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm just
Not
taking care of
exactly
some
used to
stuff.
cities.
I'm taking care of some stuff to get our new player in, and
Okay.
that. So,
So yeah, I'll
So-
head to the office or.
Talk to the overseer, man.
he as you come in, you see these are nice wood paneled doors. If you've ever seen Jag, just think those kind of doors. You open the door and you see Overseer and Nestor just sitting there behind his desk, going through some paperwork. He's got up a pair of small reading glasses perched on his nose. Can I help you? Oh, Yoan, there you are. Come in. Oh, and you brought the rest of Sir Algrim's
Yeah, I hope
associates
you
with
don't mind. We've been traveling together for a little while now.
Well, it's definitely acceptable. Can I help you with something?
Yeah, you were mentioning the artifacts coming from both museums and private collections. So obviously, if they've got me out looking for them, I'm trying to find out any leads as to do you think it'd be worth it to talk to the museum curator and the owners of the private collections, or
It
Yeah.
says, well, I've been looking over some of the paperwork that they've have reported into here. All the museums and the curators on this side of the inland sea, especially within Imandrills itself, have been reported. I've been looking into it personally. Seems to be more leads over in Olton, and hopefully you'll be able to take care of that once we get underway and go over to.
And I know where Olton is. I'm assuming.
Olton is the Eastern Kingdom. You're in the Western Kingdom. It's underneath the King Aryok.
So
Ari.
we'd have to go over the water.
Oh, we're having to cross the ocean or something?
In order to get there, I think so, yeah.
Wow.
All right. So
now, how far away is Olton?
Olton is
Over the river and through the...
Is over the river and through the woods. It's several days, if not maybe a week's travel by sea.
A week's travel by sea. Wow. Okay. Alrighty.
for some silly reason, I was wondering.
There we go. We can see your camera now, Nick.
Yeah.
Awesome. With that, and Nestor says, actually,
Without a camera.
you can do it without a camera. Yeah, just turn off the camera function if you don't want to have that. And Nestor says, actually, this is a perfect time. I can introduce you to my what's the word I'm looking for? To the asset that will be accompanying you over into Olton. Follow me. He gets up from behind the desk and he walks outside the door. As you're walking, you see Eric come up. walking through the halls.
I'll stop him.
Yes, sir.
Eric,
Yes.
what's a good food I should have for lunch?
I prefer sandwiches myself. A lot of finger food.
And we're back to the sandwiches.
Okay. No, I'll say this plainly. What's the code word, Eric?
Tomato.
Okay.
Tomato?
Okay. Good. Can I help you with
That's-
anything?
What?
But I asked if I could help him with anything.
No, I'm just seeing if I can find anything in the records about Seronicus.
I want to do an insight check on Eric. Just because I'm paranoid now. He's done this to me. 20.
You're welcome.
20.
He seems pretty truthful.
But is it Eric?
I mean, it looks like Eric. It sounds like Eric.
Am I getting anything weird from my amulet?
Looks like Eric. There's no. The amulet isn't really doing much of anything right now.
Just as an aside to the rest of our bunch, should we ask Nestor if he's a practitioner of illusion magic?
Should do. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if he is or not, or if he could. We can't tell him. I can't ask him that without fumbling and accidentally revealing the strange business, which I don't think we want to do because we want to keep the circle as small as possible.
That's Eric. I'll let him go on his way and tell him to let me know whatever he finds out.
Will do, sir. He goes and you see him walk to the end of the hall and turn around the corner, which you assume is toward the archives. Are we done? And Nestor says to you.
Go ahead and ask him.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. He takes you a rather long way away from City Hall and brings you to a heavily guarded jail. And he says, due to his carousing nature, the asset that we are going to provide you with, Yoan, and by extension, the rest of you, we have to keep him under lock and key. If he promises to at least follow your orders to an extent, we'll let him out, and you'll be able to get to know him. They walk in, and you're led through a number of cell doors and other heavy emplacements without any question, because this is a Nestor, and Nestor has clout, and he just looks like he'll rip someone's guts out, because you know this, Yoan. He has a temper as red as his hair. Yeah. So don't piss off Nestor. Brax. You hear somebody approaching your cell, and you see one of your employers, Overseer and Nestor, approach, and he says, "This is Brocht. He was loaned to us from the third Overseer. They found his abilities a bit more useful for combat than they did for studying the ways of his people." And he turns to you, Brock, in the cell, and says, "If you keep in line, there'll be a large amount of money, and your weapons will be returned to you if you follow Yoan." This gentleman right here, he indicates the elven wizard, and he puts his hand toward Frederick, and he seems to be searching for the name.
It's a Frederick.
And Frederick here, in order to ensure your compliance, I have with me, and he takes from his pocket, 100 gold in order to ensure your loyalty to both the Stone Syndicate and to us.
So what? I'm supposed to be like
So
chaperoning him or some shit?
He is quite autonomous, but rather volatile, shall we say? No offense to you, Brock, but we found that his motivations is mostly monetary, and if he's not kept in line, things go poorly. Hence why he is in this cell.
I would like to take a good hard look at him up and down and just take note of him.
Okay, Nick, describe your character. I don't know
My
what he looks like.
character is very tanned from the desert, otherwise naturally pale, blue eyes, black hair, stands about 6'5", 260 pounds,
Damn.
human male.
Okay.
So are we supposed to deliver him to somebody, or what? Like how
Well,
long are we?
He's aiding us apparently until his time with us is up, whenever that is.
He is going to be
okay.
accompanying you as you do your investigations over in Ultan. Ultan is a very much different place than Sarand. It is equal parts raw violence and shrewd negotiation. So, should negotiations break down, Brock here would be quite handy.
Congratulations,
Violence, I
Dylan.
say,
You have a
and
mercenary.
peek an eyebrow.
Okay. I'm sorry, say that again.
I said violence, I say, and peek an eyebrow.
Not now, Brock, but later. There's more gold waiting for you on the other side of the inland sea. Open the gate. The guard that's been following you rather worriedly, even more worriedly, opens this gate. And your cell's open, Brock. You may get up and unbind him. Nestor and bids at the guard, and the guard undoes your chains. You've been chained very securely for probably about 2 days. And you kind of rub your wrist to get the circulation back and get to your feet.
Right. You said I would get my belongings?
Get him his weapons. He tosses the coin bag to you.
All
That
right.
should, he tosses it to Bract, not to Yoan. This is that should be enough for now to carry you to the other side, or at least to, say, Chrysanius. If not to the other side of the inland sea.
For now.
All right. It's been about an hour. I'm needing a smoke.
Okay.
Alrighty. Take a quick break here to be back in a tad.
I'll take also a quick break as well, but if there's any questions that you all have.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No. No, Patrick.
How about
Sturgis-
horseradish?
Horseradish is also not an instrument.
You finished with those errands?
What errand? Which errands?
I got it.
Just another SpongeBob reference.
I got it.
Sorry,
Took me a second, but I got it.
Yay!
literally the name of this episode is An Errand Begins. So you might gotta forgive me for my confusion in this matter.
Took me a second. I even remember the episode it's from.
I mean, he only says it like 4 dozen times.
Yep.
So I must apologize, Stephen, for putting you so on edge with your own waitstaff.
They're not wait staff, they're retainers. They're above that.
Okay, fine. Making you paranoid of your own retainers.
It's only the one. I was always just a little paranoid about him because he's a talker. So
Right. Who's all in the party?
Okay, so Ty is an individual named Lundgren Bosk. He's an Asimar warlock. Stephen here is Frederick von Steuben. He is a lesser noble, subject to a house called the House of Aland. Ralph is Yoan, the blade singing wizard. Craig over here is Treadskala, a lizard folk druid.
Okay. Very magic heavy party.
Very.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I felt like playing a barbarian.
Yeah, it fits us pretty well.
I'll be honest, it's partially why I chose fighter.
Plus, it's really nice that I rolled a 20 building my character. Or rolled a 19, but then upped it to 20.
Yeah.
How
You
did
haven't-
you roll a 19?
I think he might have rolled 6 d20s instead of just 3d6
Oh,
or 4d6.
was I supposed to roll 3d6?
It's 4d6, drop the lowest.
So statistically, the highest you could get is 18.
Okay.
But since you also have the alternate variant of getting 2 per every level, you are also level 4, so you got the ability increase. So technically, he could put his strength up to 20 if it was an 18.
Yeah, he could.
That is true.
So we'll say that that's just what happened. Because I really don't want to mess with his stuff
Yeah,
now.
me neither.
I'm going to be right back. Please entertain yourselves. And don't burn down the town I have not yet told you to burn down yet.
Oh man.
I'll do what I want.
So that seems to indicate there'll be a town sometime later. We get to
Or he's just trying to make you think that to keep us from burning down his towns.
or he's trolling.
Could be both.
It's about 60-40 trolling. But then it's the 40 that makes you realize that sometimes he has to say exactly what he means to keep you on your toes, yeah?
Yeah.
Trust no one. Everything's a lie.
Don't even get me started. There's a dude,
That
Thaddeus.
happened to us, and that happened to me in my last campaign of D&D. That was a nuts thing. I was going to tell you, Steven, about you were talking about the message spell in our last, and like 2-3 sessions ago. And I was thinking about my first campaign as a Psy Stalker, and if he were here, of course I wouldn't be here. But he could do it because I think the range for that after I got to level like 3 or whatever, as long as I telepathically communicated with someone like once before, the range was like my intelligence modifier times 10 miles. So I could have certainly made it. Of course, that didn't fit our purposes here, but it just reminded me of that.
There's the message. There's message, which has a limited range, and then there's sending, which has an unlimited range, but a limited number of words.
It was like a sentence or two.
I think it's 25 words.
Okay. So if that were the case, we could have gone with something nice and snappy, like, here's your booze. That would have been good.
That wouldn't have been bad, yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm going to save those herbs for something else because I don't fancy making candles and soap right now.
You could also be smoking them.
And I got to figure out. I kind of wondered why that alchemy jug was. I'm fine with it increasing my AC and being like a helmet. It's like I thought it was just I was visualizing like a cooking pot, but it actually weighs like it says 12 pounds, empty or full. So it's
No, this
quite
is
a
this is
thing.
an alternative thing for the alchemy jug. This is actually an alchemy pot. It functions similarly to an alchemy jug, but it is a saucepan.
Oh, okay. So it serves the same function. It's just not as heavy. I gotcha. Okay.
If you say mayonnaise, you'll get 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
Or
and
honey,
hopefully you can make it an instrument.
or honey, or acid, or I think maybe milk, and maybe some. I'm remembering some other things. Hold on.
I think it makes ale.
I
and
saved
makes
it.
water.
I saved it a purpose. Ale and water are both in there, I think.
I know water's in there because it can produce 4 gallons of water per day.
Here we go. We've got acid, basic poison, beer, honey, mayo, oil, vinegar, fresh water, salt water, and wine. Ha-cha.
You get pretty
That means
wasted.
I could get drunk for free every day.
If it can produce water, then geez, I don't even need to take that spell.
But
I mean, you are going to the desert soon.
True.
Okay, because that's like 1 charge each dawn or whatever it
I
says.
see a little bit of Steven's soul die at that phrase.
I've been to the actual desert. It's not fun.
I know. Unfortunately, though.
Have you ever been to the desert? Like any desert?
The closest I've been to it. Wait.
Do the Badlands count as a desert?
I was going to say I'd been to the Badlands very briefly.
I think so.
Okay.
Spend a
It's not-
day or two in the Badlands.
Base of the Colorado Rockies.
Oh, so not really.
Yeah, no, not really. The closest thing that actually had sand was a beach in South Carolina.
You ever been? I'll tell you this. My favorite thing was it was the summer. It was 120-ish during the day, and at nighttime it got down to about 90. I couldn't go outside without a jacket because I would shiver in 90-degree fucking weather.
Oh, man.
It's fucking great.
I think the highest we've ever had here was it was like 120 degree index, but it was also 100% humidity.
Woo.
I didn't think that was even possible because everything I read in school was like, once it reaches 100% humidity, it will cause rain. It's like, this is 100% humidity. It should be raining. What the
Whoever said that has never been to the Midwest
Has never been
or
to fucking-
Florida.
Has never been to the south.
It might have been like 99% humidity.
It's if you go to like,
99.9. It's not gonna rain.
99.998.
if you go to like the coastal Carolinas and like Florida, the weathermen will actually say 110% humidity, and they mean that because when you breathe in, it feels like you're breathing in fucking water.
Been there, done that.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
So,
It's horrible. Anyway, but yeah,
I mean, we can resume and do some stuff that doesn't necessarily involve yelling.
that's fair. We'll keep trudging along.
I keep building on your paranoia.
I should have known. I should as soon as he like brushed me off, I should have snatched his ass.
Kinky.
Shred is confused by this word.
Which one?
And that just echoes from the heavens.
Snatched or kinky?
Yes. No, you probably would get snatched. I guess.
All right, so you guys are in a large jail. Like, this is like military prison kind of a thing. Heavy guards. Standing with a 6'5" barbarian with a tan.
Someone that's actually taller than Tread. That's rare.
Yeah, it is.
How tall is it anyway?
Tread is 6'3".
I think. How tall is Frederick?
I am 5'9".
Oh, okay. You're the same height as me. I was gonna say I was the short man in this scenario again, but no.
We're the same height, bud. It's okay. That's okay. Big men fall just as easily as little men.
Yeah, especially since they're tall enough so that we can kick them in the shins.
I was gonna say cut off their shins, but that one works too.
Well, that
So,
also depends on how tall they are, etc. But you get it. Yeah.
You see a couple of guards come up and they hand Brock a bag, a great axe, a couple hand axes, and some javelins.
That sounds
Thank
like
you.
fun.
They scurry
My
off.
little bag of tricks.
All right, I'm back.
Perfect timing.
All right.
And
Did I
Nestor,
hear someone say bag of tricks?
He did.
I did.
but it's not literally a bag of tricks.
It's not literally a bag of tricks. Our lizard folk druid has one of those. An actual bag of tricks, though.
Well, I was speaking ironically. This is all very plainly. It's very plain to see what's in this bag.
Okay,
He's got an
sure.
adventure. He has an adventurer's bag.
Yes, okay.
Nessa says, well, I'll leave him in your care. The gods help you. I'm going to get back to work. And he walked off,
Okay.
presumably back to his.
The office.
What are you guys doing?
Well, either we get to know Brock here or we leave the jail. I mean, we should probably leave the jail before that. Unless you guys want to look around a military prison.
I'll pass on that.
Trust me, there's nothing to see here.
I mean, I was pretty sure there was nothing of interest in a military prison.
The only thing that's actually really interesting is Brock.
I was gonna say the interesting. Never mind. Anyway,
Shred expresses discomfort in being in this place.
All right.
Or is it just me?
Let's I don't have anything else. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna go sit in my I'm gonna go sit in my room at the hotel and wait it out.
Okay. So Frederick goes back to the hotel and sits. I'm assuming in a comfortable chair. I don't know where he's sitting. He sits somewhere in his room.
Probably in a comfortable chair.
one of those awesome hotel chairs like they have at hotels they have in front of the nice desk that's usually by the TV.
One leg crossed over the other.
Yep.
While reading glasses on a book.
It's literally almost exactly how I'm sitting right now. Anyway, the rest of you, I assume, go back to your rooms.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else to do here just yet.
So, are you getting Brock a room for himself,
He has
or
gold.
is he okay? It's probably about a gold for a nice room, Brock, or 10 silver for like a bargain room, which is maybe have carpet and some blankets.
I'll just spend the 1 gold because that's simpler math.
Okay. You are ushered into a very nice, very well upholstered room. It's very comfortable. There's a knock at Frederick's door.
Enter.
The door opens, and you are met with the sight of Isra's toadspore.
Toadspore. What is the word?
I have
Oh, well, bird. Sorry.
No. I meant what's the code word? I would have told Toadspore.
Jenga.
Yeah. Okay. Come in. Sit down. What have you found out?
I have shaken down several of my contacts in this city, and they are as puzzled as I am. They don't know of anyone who would have the abilities to mask their presence so skillfully that and so thoroughly to deceive someone as you have been deceived. I am actually quite puzzled and very uneasy about this whole situation.
This is concerning. You couldn't find out anything. I couldn't find out anything. What shall you?
The closest thing I can guess is that maybe something attached itself to you somewhere. I mean, the underground was a dangerous place. Who knows what horrors it held? I was down there for several months, and I cannot tell you the things I've seen because I do not want to remember them.
Je ne sais pas. I will let it go for now. And if it shall become an issue again, we'll deal with it when it comes. And I will give him. Let me see what do I have.
Do you have a map of like this lake and where we're supposed to be heading with the delivery?
I do have. You're just currently within Imbendril. The area you're going to be going to is in another country. I have the map for that. I also have the next map of the next town you're going to be going to, and I have a couple other towns after that.
Okay.
I will give him 10 gold pieces and thank him. And I'll look at him very closely and like judge his facial reaction on if this is adequate or not.
No, this is more than enough. I would have done it for a favor, especially since we'll be going back to my home country soon, and favors get us much more there than money does.
Well,
But thank you, and he takes the 10 gold. And then he thinks a little bit better of it. He leaves 5 and says, "For my drinking, buy yourself something, something to take the edge off, huh?"
I'll take the 5 back, but I won't indulge.
I'll be down in the bar if you need me. He gets up, he leaves. You hear another knock at the door.
Enter.
Richard pokes his head in.
Richard,
Sir?
what is the word?
Jenga.
Okay, come in.
I thought it was tomato.
No,
that's what we told the shapeshifter.
Yo,
We hope that's what the shapeshifter says. Not
Yo,
no,
Yoan's the shapeshifter.
No,
Yoan's
we
the shapeshifter.
I'm kidding.
we didn't tell the shapeshifter. We told Eric. So if Eric says Jenga, we know he's the guy and we can grab him. The shapeshifter.
Okay, cool.
Or
It's Yoan. It's Yoan. Okay.
tackle him.
If that was the plan, it would probably be that he comes in when you're taking a bath and you can't do anything about it.
I can always do something. My crit range with any weapon is a 19.
I was gonna ask if it involved. Never mind.
Anyway, Richard comes in and says, "Sir, I'm here to deliver a message from Sir Algrim. He says that he has gotten arranged for horses and wagons for us to begin the trip for St. Cassanius tomorrow."
Okay, very good. We will meet him at City Hall then.
Very good. I'll inform him of that, and he takes his leave.
Okay. I'll go back to my book.
All right. It's a thrilling novel, really. It is.
I'm sure. What's the name of it?
It is. Oh, what's it?
TikTok.
Love.
Oh, Tesla. You know what? Frederick probably would enjoy a good romance novel.
It's very exciting. The night passes without incident. You get up early. Brock, you're just glad it's a nice, soft bed instead of being chained.
Yeah.
You get up and you proceed to City Hall. Algrim seems like he's been up for at least an hour already. It's either 6 or 7 in the morning. Everyone's getting on their horses and wagons and things like that. And once everyone is ready, Algrim gives the signal to proceed, and you take the southeast path out of the city in order to make your way to St. Chrysanius.
Okay.
Quick question while we work on that. Since we had some downtime, could I have been able to use Cunning Artisan a couple times to get some extra stuff?
Particularly darts and something else, if I remember correctly. Correct?
Yeah, I just wanted to make more darts.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you
How
had.
many times would I be able to do that? I can do it during a short rest.
Let's see. You had about 2 to 3 days of downtime, so that's like about let's say 2 times a day, so you'd be able to do it about 6 times.
I'll just do 4. I won't. I don't think I would do it that much. I'll do 4. 9 darts.
It takes about another 3 days by they're slowed down a little bit by the horses and the wagons. You make it into St. Chrysanius, one of the larger port cities.
One quick point. Over the course of 3 days, have I noticed anything out of the ordinary or anything like that? Given what happened, I would have been on high alert.
Nothing that you really can explain. At night, a couple times you felt a sense of other, like someone was standing over your bed, like to wake you. But when you did, there was nothing.
Jesus. Fuck. Okay, thank you. I'm just gonna lose my mind slowly.
You're welcome.
All right, into the.
You come in from the major western gate of St. Chrysonius, and this is a sprawling port city. It has a series of fortifications in the center and a large wall around it. Many of these older cities, such as Untabaran and Imbendril and St. Chrysonius, have histories within the time of unification, which Sir Algrim lived in, and part of, where it was more of a city-state scenario, but now that they're all unified underneath the kingdom of Sarand. Yes, I have forgotten to drag you guys over to the St. Chrysonius, because I forget that's a thing. Yeah. So St. Chrysonius has a series of fortification towers, large round fortresses in the center of it, to provide safety for the townsfolk from things like pirates and other groupings like that, and from the occasional war band of orcs and goblins that sometimes prowl throughout here. This is a bit more wooded area than it was around Crosswood. It starts to get more dense forest around Invendril, and it kind of thins out and thickens depending on where you go from there.
Quick question: is this the coastline or is this the coastline?
The brown line is the coastline.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes. I try to keep all my maps north and south, and you're heading toward the eastern coast. The gray wall is the wall around St. Chrysonius.
Okie dokie.
You get in, and Algrim, of course, has to go to the governmental buildings. He gives you leave to take some time off. We've been on the road for a long time. There's only was a couple of taverns or inns on the way, and there was some camping out, so he knows that can be very taxing on people. And he goes to his business, and he is joined by a Nestor as well.
Okay. All right. Since I'm having this feeling of dread, apparently caused by all this shit, would there be any kind of soothsayer or sightseer in this town?
There might be. You can ask around, spread a little coin.
I
Fine.
would like to.
All right. Mark off about 10 silver, and you're pointed to an individual whose name is held from you. But you're pointed to a small shack, more on the eastern side of the city. It seems to be well maintained, but it's small. The door faces out toward the ocean.
All right. I would like to enter.
Okay, you go inside and you see a rather low table, like 6 inches off the ground table, and there's a number of mats on the floor instead of carpets like you're used to in rugs. There are some sliding paper doors in the back that separate this kind of. You gather it's a sitting area because there is a couple of cushions on either side of this low table. As you open, you hear not a bell, but more of a series of chimes, like wind chimes, but more in a set tone.
Okay. Excuse me.
You hear a couple of some rustling in the back, and the doors open, and out steps a man in very rather oriental robes, crossed in the front, and he has on his head, despite it being inside, this rather wide brim kind of straw or domed hat. Can I help you?
Yes, I have. I'm not a very superstitious man, but
But here
times
you
call.
are.
No, but times call for answers. I need you to look me over or use your sight. Find out what is following me.
Please sit.
I'll sit down then.
He sits across from you from the table, and several minutes go by as he merely sits cross-legged across from you and kind of stares deeply at you. Not necessarily at you, not in your eyes or any part of your person, but he has this far-off stare as if he's looking beyond you, like you're not even in the room with him. All of a sudden, from the silence, he says, "You're not followed, but you carry something with you that witches your attention."
Do you know what it is?
You see, he sits a little bit more and says, "I do not believe I should be the one to tell you. Perhaps it should be."
Well, how can I get it to tell me? Because right now it's really concerning and it's fucking up my days.
Understandably, he's a bit chuckled by the brusqueness of this. He says,
It's in private. There's none of my people around me, none of my comrades. It's just me and him. I can be a normal person.
he says, "Now that you know of it, I'm sure it will contact you at some point."
And he said I'm carrying it with me.
Yes.
Oh God, no! It can't be the box. Maybe it's the box. I don't want it to be the box. What's in the box?
There are a couple of other
He
new
kind
things.
of turns his head at you and says, "You're thinking of a box."
Well, I did just say box out loud, so yes.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Very... Oh yeah, no, that'd be me like rambling to myself out loud.
A box, you say?
Don't worry about the box. It's in a different plane, and it's safe.
I can look it over if you wish, if that is what your concern is.
No, no. I was asked politely not to do this, so I won't do it. But I do thank you for your time, and I'll leave 2 gold on the table and leave.
You place 2 gold on the table, and you bow. When you look up, the gold is gone. He hasn't even moved from his position. Good day to you, sir.
All right. I guess I would try and find my party again.
So
It's longer than
Frederick
I
just has effed off for like 2 to 3 hours, and you don't know where he is, but you got some rooms at one of the taverns, and he's on Sir Algrim's tab this time because he's just that kind of guy. And all of a sudden, you see a moderately sweating Frederick just kind of pop in.
breathing heavy, just remember like that when SpongeBob's naked running through and he stops at the cave. Feel all this armor and I can't protect myself.
How can I hold all these lemons?
You rap discipline. Sorry.
Frederick, are you okay?
I will be.
Okay.
I talked to a wise man, and he says it's not what is following us, but what I am carrying. So that's more concerning.
Okay, what you're carrying, huh? Let's see what you're carrying. Let's think about what you're carrying.
It's either my
The
amulet,
amulet, the
sword.
tabard, the sword.
I don't think it's a tabard because we didn't get anything freaky deaky off the tabard, did we?
Are you
You
still
itch.
wearing that special armor you got from the underground, or did we sell that?
He still has
No,
a pen.
I'm wearing the plate armor, but there was nothing
Okay.
special about the plate armor. It's just plate armor.
Would I be able to identify what item it is?
Wait a minute, pause.
Oh,
If he did cast Identify, which he did on the items per the Identify spell, we would know if it was cursed or sentient or anything like that.
According to certain variations of the player's handbook, that's actually not the case. Some have to be attuned to before they have the curse activated.
oh, then we could just have him cast Identify on it again then. If he's attuned to these items he's been wearing for, what, weeks? Probably. Well, not weeks.
Probably
I thought it was
close
at
to a
least 5 days
Exactly.
or whatever.
Uh,
I say have him do it again. It takes like 10 minutes per item or whatever. Just have him cast Identify again as a ritual, however many times about whatever you're
Well,
wearing.
if I've identified them already, would like detect magic be enough to just, you know, look over all the items at once and get some kind of a vibe from?
Does detect magic do curses or anything like that?
It just detects what magic items are. And so far, you know that the necklace, the tabard, and now both of Frederick's swords are magical, in addition to several of the other things that you've
Yeah.
picked up along the way.
most of my
What about
stuff is magic at this
What-
point.
What about Thaddeus? He said he put the one enchantment on the other. What if he added something and didn't say anything?
Then I will fucking skin him alive when we get back.
But you have to remember-
That's the only thing that occurred to me just now, like this second.
I don't
Shall I
think
throw
that
you-
is-
Should I
What?
throw you all a bone?
No, not yet, because I have an idea.
Okay.
I have an idea. If I'll let the party do whatever they want to go do, I'm gonna go to my room. I'm gonna lock the door behind me. I'm gonna put a chair and block the door in. I'm gonna pull the sword out. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna. Hello.
Okay, does anyone else want to do anything before while that's happening?
Oh, look, maybe I should go like to his room and like stand outside. Just
I
to,
Badger,
like,
boar, giant elk.
just in case he like starts screaming or whatever, I can like try to bust in there.
Yeah, it might help to have someone that's strong, so I can follow you. And
All right.
Well, seems like my mouse just died, so that's kind of freaky. But okay.
Bad omen.
Bad omen. Thank goodness I have a trackpad on this thing. So Lundgren and Brock just randomly go to Frederick's room and just stand outside the door. Is that what I'm gathering?
Yeah, well, not random. I want to make sure that if anything goes down and he can communicate to us, we can get in there in time to figure out what the heck's going on or not.
I'll be honest with you. I can imagine Lundgren just standing at the door with like ear against it, just like I don't hear anything. Is he okay?
And you can just hear him through the door, just like it's muffled. I don't hear
Just-
anything. You think he's okay?
Yes, that's
Hey,
exactly what. That's exactly what
because of-
happens.
Just because I'm a simple farm boy, let's not go crazy.
Just
and
as
then
you
through
say.
the wall, Tread's just like, he's fine.
As you draw out the sword and you focus on it, you say hello. You hear muffled talking out in the hallway. It sounds like Lundgren and Tredscala, and a voice that you've recognized now as Brock, just kind of shuffling outside, asking if you're okay or not.
I'm okay. Just go enjoy some drinks and leave me alone for a minute.
All right.
You hear them kind of stump off down the hallway.
nah, I'm just gonna stay
Just be quiet and still. Just,
and be quiet.
All stealthy like.
I'm gonna focus, really focus. That's all I'm gonna do is just focus on the sword and listen to it.
Okay, so a number of minutes pass. You stand in the middle of your room and just like The beads of sweat are now starting to pour as you focus in on this thing. Like you're having you're super constipated, but it just won't come out. And you hear, hello.
Son of a pancake flipper.
Is this the sword?
It seems to be coming inside your head.
Shit. It could be the sword, could not be the sword. All right. I'm going to think. Are you the sword, or what are you?
I'm the sword.
Okay. Hello. Why have you been, like, I don't know, creeping me out?
I've been trying to get your attention.
There's easier ways.
Are there? You must remember, I am a sword.
You could glow. You could float. All kinds of stuff, man, honestly. What is your name?
I am the Righteous Avenger.
I know, but don't you have, like, another name, or is it just Righteous Avenger? Because if so, I'm gonna call you R.A.
This is acceptable to me.
Okay. Sword's real name is actually Righteous Avenger. Okay. Now that you have my attention and I have yours, what can I help you with? And can you not stand over me while I sleep?
That is a reasonable request. I seek the death of Saronicus.
Well, that's fair. I mean, a lot of us do.
I wish to see him and his group purged from this earth.
We can work on that. That's we're having some issues with them right now. Any particular reason, or was it just the whole he killed a thought thing?
Well, he slew me, and I'm now trapped in this sword.
So you're a thought then.
I am not a Thod.
And who are you?
Another one of his warriors.
Oh, I thought the
Be
Righteous
honest.
Avenger was a thought sword.
I am called the Righteous Avenger. A Thod sword is a much different entity.
Wait a minute.
Okay. So before you became the Righteous Avenger, what was your name?
He thinks a little bit. You can feel like the thrumming of this sword. It's just kind of digging through memories as I dig through my notes. Shh, don't tell anyone. My name was Rard.
Say again.
Rard.
Rard.
Raw.
Could you spell that out for me?
Rard.
Okay. I'll make you a deal. If you kind of help guide me and make sure I don't do anything stupid, I will kill Saronicus.
And his followers.
I can't guarantee that I myself will get every single one of them, but we'll see what we can do.
This is acceptable.
Okay. So, Rard.
I'm reusing names from another campaign because I didn't.
No, it works, man. Don't worry about it.
So, do you know what that was, or who that was that impersonated Eric?
That was me.
Okay, yeah, because you had a whole lot of people fucking freaking out and shit, predominantly me. Next time, just leave me a note. Contact me in a dream. Don't stand over my bed at night.
You get the sense that the thing that the sword kind of, if it had hands, would hold it up and so, like, I don't have any thumbs. God damn it!
I mean, there's other ways than worrying about a spy amongst us. All right, this is enough for now, I guess. And if you have need of me, just I don't know, say hello.
All right.
And I will leave my room. Look at Bracht.
Brocked.
Brocht.
Yeah, Brock. Yeah, I didn't even think about the pronunciation. I just kind of threw some letters together.
Random letters. I'm
Okay.
Look at Brocht and just go, how much did you hear? What was it, all in my head, or was it like I spoke out loud? He responded in my head.
You spoke out loud. You responded in your head. Brock, I'm going to have you make a listen check, which would be kind of based off of your wisdom.
So 1d20 minus 1.
You could just do perception.
Yeah.
Well, that is my perception check.
Oh.
Using a track pad for this is really inconvenient, by the way.
Yes, it is.
You really just kind of heard some muttering, not like extremely loud, but it sounded like there was a conversation going on, but it really wasn't clear.
Okay. I'll
Enough.
just look at him and let's go get a drink. And I'll head back down to the group if they're downstairs or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him.
Once I get back to the group, just tell everyone the manhunt is off. I have figured it out. It is safe now. No more code words. Make sure we tell Eric it's not actually tomato. And where is Toadspore?
Toadspore is not in the tavern just yet. This is a bit early even for him. It's probably around lunchtime now. You notice that he generally just kind of starts drinking around 5 or so after he's done his daily work.
Okay. I have nothing that I need to do for the day. We're still pretty well stocked up on supplies. And if there's anything anyone else wants to do, we could take care of that.
Frederick, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll think to myself in my head, Rard, do you think can I tell them about you or no?
If this aids you in your quest to end Saronicus, fine.
I guess I could justify that. I'm just gonna blatantly say it. The sword has a voice.
That's grand, dude.
Whoa. Wow.
I don't know if we should be happy about it yet or not. He kind of just wants to kill things, specifically Saronicus.
Well, if I were a sword, that's what I would want to do. That's what swords do.
I'm not a sword, and that's what I want to do.
Okay.
But yeah, that was who was impersonating Eric, so he can actually manifest himself, which is concerning.
That's pretty powerful magic.
Yeah. Can you manifest visual, like perceptions, or physical form?
Well,
It was a physical form, yeah.
I was able to grab him. All right, DM question then.
Mm.
Does this come with any special power in addition to, or is this just like something he did?
That if you spend more time with him, DM privilege here. Originally, when you were killing all those things underground, this ability would have started after you killed 20 of them. It would have kind of awakened and solidified itself to you. So there's methods of moving up, shall we say. The special ability is the ability to switch between necrotic and force damage.
Okay, cool.
That was that one strange thing that kind of tipped me off that something could have been wonky, because there was all of a sudden this random stat for necrotic damage that we were never aware of, because I was thinking to myself, why weren't we healing all those skeletons? You were whacking them all.
Yeah. Okie doke.
So,
all right then.
I would probably be thinking to myself, you're a bit more like me now, I would say. Just
Maybe.
a bit.
I don't know. It's
Just a
concerning.
bit.
I don't do very well with the magic stuff.
Mm.
So yeah, I'll kind of. I know what I will do. If anyone wants to join me, they can. I'm gonna go search the city for members of the Order of Saronicus.
Who
And
is
bump
this?
bump them off.
This region.
Say again?
I said, who is this Saronicus? I've never heard of them.
He is the figurehead of an order called the Order of Saronicus. He kind of wants to abolish the class system in place and make us all equal, as well as abolish, from what I can understand, abolish religion.
He's a socialist.
He's a communist.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Both are bad.
Heck, I grew up as a slave, but I want to be powerful, so screw that guy.
There we go.
Screw that.
You're in the right group for that.
All right.
DM note: Saronicus' order is heavily based off of communism, specifically the song "Temple of Syrinx" by Rush.
Oh,
Okay, let's get at it. The hunting season is open. I will leave my men here and tell them that if Sir Algrim is to look for me, tell him I will be back later in the evening.
Okay. So, it's time for you guys to make a search check.
Do you want investigation?
Investigation? Yeah.
sir,
Investigation.
Investigation. Hold on.
Can I have advantage because I have the sword?
Uh,
It has to do with Saronicus.
perhaps, yes. So, you get a whopping 2.
Not a one though.
did mine show up?
Yeah.
Yes. You notice that there's not really Lundgren and Johan notice that there's the more towards the north and eastern part of the city. There doesn't really seem to be as much activity regarding any type of religion. There are a couple of shops and humble abodes and things, and we're on the southern side. Past the major actually crop area within that surrounds the fortress that is in the center of St. Kazanias. There seems to be at least one member of Saronicus openly espousing his opinions and beliefs in the middle of the kind of upper crust square.
I whisper to Frederick, you want to just go over there and engage him in conversation or just like open battle?
I want to watch him for a little bit, and when he leaves, I will get him then.
Maybe we can follow him, see if he goes somewhere important, meets with some others.
Get more at one time, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, so yeah. I'll watch him and wait.
He's on his soapbox for a couple of hours. It's getting very close to dinner time. He continues on for another about 30 minutes. He gets off the soapbox, picks it up, and he goes wearing the distinctive kind of red hood and stole with a small symbol of Saronicus, then little star superimposed over another star. Different colors. You've seen them. Usually one location has similar coloring. This one is different than the ones that you've seen before. And he walks deeper into the higher end district.
As he's going, I think I'd like to keep probably 20 feet away from him.
Okay.
And when he reaches his establishment and goes inside, I will put on my tabard of the Order of the Thawed. And
Oh
Go on.
yeah.
Oh, whoa. Wow.
Okay. You come to this kind of hole in the wall bar. He goes into it. This is what you would think of as a modern, like, hipster homebrewed bar place. They make their own, and it's kind of high end, but it's also kind of got a little bit of a cheesy flavor to it. He goes in. What are you doing?
I will go in and not engage him yet, but keep watching.
Are you wearing the tabard?
I will wear the tabard.
Okay.
I won't make a grand entrance so that he stares at me, but I'll go in quietly and watch him.
So, are you all following him in?
Yeah, we might as well. Unless we want somebody to keep guard outside, but there would really be no reason for that.
My giant elk can keep guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? We will post the giant elk outside.
Hang out and come in separately.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Smart.
The elk and boar will guard.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
The badger stays with me.
You see, there's a bit of a objection from the barman, but the moment he sees that you're a lizard folk, he just kind of decides he is pressing business elsewhere and just goes to the other end of the bar.
Where is our red cloaked gentleman at?
Make a perception check.
Oh, Jesus. 16.
Okay.
That's
You notice that there are a number of patrons in here. It's actually quite a popular place, and you see what looks to be a reddish stole-wearing person in the back area of the bar, not on the right hand side, but like in the far back.
All right, I just want to keep my eyes on him.
Okay.
What is he doing? Just drinking and eating?
He's eating and he's drinking, and there are a couple people sitting with them, but they just look like they're there. There's not a lot of extra seating around here. There's just enough for you guys to actually come in. There's actually a rather open bar, but everywhere else has these little clusters of people. Looks like he just kind of grabbed a seat that was open.
All right. I will stay there until he leaves, and then we will follow him.
One of the waitresses comes up and says, "Can I get you anything?"
Water.
Okay. Anything else?
Just the water. For me.
Okay. About the rest of you?
Water's fine.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm good with water.
Okay.
Can't afford to get drunk.
Well, we can. We can.
Right.
But it's not smart, but probably not a smart thing. This is coming from me now.
Right. Yeah.
Would you like anything to eat with your water?
Nope, I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah. There's an elk outside. You want to chop that up?
There's an elk outside?
Never mind.
Fred shoots a little bit of a glare over.
It's been a long day. He's just imagining things, I would say. Don't mind him nothing.
All right, so that's 4 things of water?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Water
Oh, wait, no,
would be
there's 5 here.
nice.
Brock came in separately. He's
Oh,
elsewhere.
okay.
I'm gonna go sit down at the bar.
Okay. She goes and she gets you 4 waters. She comes back and says that it is roughly 2 copper apiece for water.
Wow.
It's not a problem. So that's 8 copper.
Hey, so where exactly do I keep track of my money? Is that the little boxes on the side of my equipment?
Yes, it is.
All right. What is the
I
EP?
literally can make water for free.
The E piece is something that no one actually uses. I forget what it is, like a trinium.
Electrium.
All right. So we just skip that one. Okay.
Yeah, Electrium is worth 1.
It's like 10
Big.
gold or.
No, it's is in the
It's like 1.5 gold.
Huh.
it's 10 copper to a silver, 10 silver to electrium, 10 electrium to a gold, 10 gold to a platinum.
Platinum, yeah.
But generally, people just go 100 silver to a gold.
Okay.
I've never heard the 100 silver to a gold, but that's neither here nor there.
How would I do this? I test the water to see if it's poison. Duh.
Okay.
Let's see.
Make a medicine check, I guess. No, make an alchemy check
Alchemy would be
based off of your intelligence.
okay.
You're proficient with alchemist supply, so
Yeah, I am.
should you get
So I
You'll
get
a bonus.
plus
Yep.
2, right? So I have 0 intelligence bonus. So that would be 1d20 plus 2.
Huh.
From what you can tell, this is water.
Okay. I had the flashbacks to other things that I was technically not a part of, you understand, so
Yes, I do. I've poisoned many a character in some of my campaigns.
all right. What is the man in red doing? He's just eating.
He's just eating. Seems
Alright.
to be getting maybe another drink. Anyway, back to Brock at the bar. The barman comes up to you and says, "Can I get you anything, sir?"
Can I get a mug of your house mead?
Okay, that would be about a silver.
Very well. And I
Go-
hand him 2 silver. You can keep the change.
Oh, very generous of you, sir. He puts this big frothy mug in front of you. Is there anything else?
No, that's it for now. Thank you.
All right. And he goes about his business, polishing glasses and topping up people.
All right. Do you want me to roll a spot check to see what I see?
If you want to look around, yeah, roll a spot check or a search or whatever. Perception check is what we call it here.
Oh, damn. -1.
oh no.
That thinking wisdom was a dump stat is a bad idea, isn't it?
A little bit, but I mean, still rolled a 17.
That's
Okay,
all right.
So, you see a number of patrons sitting around having drinks. You see your associates against the far wall, and you see the individual you were following a little bit farther back. He's kind of obscured by one of the walls that apparently the building curves into another kind of, not necessarily hallway, but eating area. And then there's kind of the door that leads into the back and where the wait staff and the barman generally go to take care of business, and there's a seating area that wraps around that.
All right, we're at the hour mark.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
I'm honestly, I'm just gonna wait here for this red man to leave.
Dun, 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 dun. This old tradecraft is going on.
For sure.
He sits there. He takes about 15, 20 minutes. Yoan gets up, uses the bathroom. He's been plowing through the water. You've been refilled a couple of times. Costing a copper a piece for each refill because it's the initial price, and they want to keep you around. And hopefully, the waitress comes over again and asks if there's anything else you would like.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Rest of the party?
This water's fine. I mean, no more
Okay.
water for now, I don't think. Thank you.
All right. The barman comes back to Brock and asks if there's anything else you can get him.
No, I'm still working on my mead. Thank you. Although
He stops and comes
that
back.
fellow in the red cloak over there in the corner. Do you know who that is?
I've seen him around a couple times. I generally don't try to remember anyone but the regulars who come in, but he's been in here a couple times. Keeps to himself, doesn't really talk much here.
Have you ever seen anyone notable with him?
Not that I can say. He has a couple of associates that dress kind of like him come in from time to time. I guess they have business lunches. And really, I'm just here to dispense food and booze and provide conversations to those who want it. Other than that, I really don't give a crap.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. Yeah, he goes back and continues serving other people. More people are coming in. The bar is starting to get a bit full, and the extra seats are taken up. I need Frederick to make a perception check.
Okay. Please, God. 19.
Okay.
There you go, boss.
Kind of see out of the corner of your eye that the man you've been following has gotten up and moved farther in to the area that he's been seating in, and he's no longer there. Someone else has just taken his spot.
I will follow him.
Okay. So you go into this area, and you see that there is actually a sizable amount more of bar than you originally supposed. It easily matches the area you've just come in, and it probably doubles the amount of seating space than you thought there. This place is pretty packed. People apparently like to stay here for a long period of time. You see that there is at least 2 other doors down this way with just a quick glance.
Did I see which one he went in?
By the time that you saw him moving, and by the time you got over here, you can't tell which door he went into, if he went into a door at all.
I will poke my head in one of the doors, whichever door is closest, and take a look real quick.
It appears to be a way to a lavatory.
You know what? I'll go in and I'll kick in one of the. If any of the doors are closed, I'll kick it in.
Okay. First door you open, it's a standard one. There's nothing really to write home about. The second one, there's nothing. The third one, you kick it open. There's somebody on the toilet.
Is that our guy?
No. What are you
Okay.
doing? He kind of pulls up his pants a little bit.
Sorry,
Trav-
friend. And I'll give him a gold.
He kind of takes it. And he's good thing I was on the toilet when you open the door. Closes it again. It closes it again.
Is that all the doors, or
There's 3 other doors.
I'm gonna open those too?
Okay, they're empty.
Okay. Then I'll leave and go to the other door.
Okay, you open this door and it leads out into a narrow alleyway behind the building, just off to the side.
I'll think to myself, Rard, do you sense anything, or
No.
okay? I will keep my hands on my swords ready to go.
All right, where are we at?
Red Man has disappeared. And
Frederick's in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
he scared the crap out of someone quite literally by busting in the door and then paid them a gold.
Yeah, I will go down the alleyway.
Okay, it goes right and it goes left from where you are. Left goes toward the main street. Right goes farther into the alley complexes.
Gonna go right.
Okay, you walk down the. This is a fairly narrow place. This is probably maybe 3 feet wide. Kind of clogged with boxes and a few other things. You manage to make your way through, and you hear like rats scurrying and things. Despite the fact this is a high end, this is the alleyway. You come to a small crossway. It goes forward, and it goes right, and it goes left.
All right. If I look to my left, what do I see?
You see another alleyway heading farther on, and you see more kind of crossways that way. Same to the right, and same ahead of you.
I'll go right.
Okay, so you go right. Walking around the back of the building that you were in, you come to another crossway. Left is deeper in.
Left.
Okay, you go left, and you are following it for a while, and this seems to be a little bit solider, and you come to a back street. Left, it goes left and right, and then there's another alleyway right across from you.
I'll go straight across.
You go straight across the alleyway, and you find more trash strewn in the alleyways. The smell of urine, and you dodge a couple of strange piles that. Anyway, and you really don't encounter much of anything other than some high-end baubles, some rats fighting for dominance, and more human waste.
Okay, I'll just head back then and tell the party that our target has escaped us.
Okay. So you come back in. The rest of the party sees Frederick come back from a long time from where the red man had gone, and you see this look of disappointment on his face as he approaches.
He's disappeared. Don't worry though, we will find him again another time.
Okay. I was hoping you just weren't having difficulties.
No, everything came out okay.
Good, good.
I will tell the party that I'm going to head back to the to our rooms. They can do whatever they would like, but I'm going to head back and get some sleep.
Okay. So it's about 6 or 7 at night now. You spent quite a lot of time, and if it had been a slower night, I'm sure the waitstaff would have asked you to either buy something more than water or leave.
Oh, I will leave a gold on the table for the waitress.
Okay. You go back to the hotel, for like a better term. What does everyone else do?
I've really got nothing, Paul. I mean, it's almost night. We're in a strange city. I don't think I'd want to go anywhere, maybe not too much where we're not needed, or I don't know if I'd want to go adventuring by myself in this huge, strange town right now. Maybe if we're here a couple more days and we get the lay of the land. So
I'm going to go up to that fellow that took his place at the table.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell him to come with me.
He kind of looks up from his meal and like, why?
Because I said so.
Make an intimidation check.
Hell yeah. I can't remember what that was. Intimidation. Oh yeah, 6. Damn it.
He kind of blanches a little bit, and he's like, okay. He kind of looks a little bit for help from the people he's eating with, and he gets up and he starts to follow you.
I'm gonna take him back towards the bathrooms.
Okay. You take him back to the bathrooms.
And I'm going to.
You see written above the door something, but you don't know what it says. So you assume it's bathrooms.
Right. Right. I can't read. I want to search him.
You want to what?
Search him.
Oh, okay, make a search check. Do you want to go into one of the lavatory stalls, or you just want to be in the little hallway between them?
Oh my god.
One of the stalls.
Okay, so you shove this poor man into one of the lavatory stalls, and roll the search.
Sorry, what's that?
Uh, investigation, yeah.
Investigation. Okay. Okay.
You pat him down rather thoroughly. You find a coin purse, a few like baubles, and like a working man's pocket knife. He seems to be more like he would be a merchant, but maybe a grocer or something. But you don't really find anything other than the coin purse and kind of a few personal belongings on the man.
How much is in a coin purse?
It's about 5 gold.
What the?
Can I go now? You just kind of pressed up over the toilet a little bit, and this huge man is in front of him.
Why
in the
are
stall.
we harassing this guy again?
We don't know yet.
I'm gonna put a gold into his coin purse and hand it back, and apologize for the inconvenience and any stress I may have caused.
Okay, can I get out of here
I
now?
mistook you for someone else. Yeah, you can go. And I get out of his way.
Okay, so he kind of scooches by you out of the lavatory, and he just hurriedly gets out of there and goes out the door, and you're left standing in the bathroom.
All right, I'm gonna just head out now toward back to the inn.
All right, so you come out of the hallway. You see the man has resumed his eating, and as he comes out, he kind of looks at you a little bit like, "Oh God, there he is again!" And you walk out the front door. What's the rest of everyone doing?
Oh boy.
I thought I was back at the room by this time. I don't know.
So you said
Unless you want to go adventuring at night and stuff, I don't think there's very much to do here.
Okay, so Lundgren goes back with when Frederick left. What about Treadscala?
He's going to hang out with his animals and meditate, which literally for him is just sitting motionless like a lizard with his eyes going in 2 different directions.
Awesome.
So as you're doing
He's
this,
basically like sunbathing in his room minus the sun.
oh, dang it.
Okay.
As you're doing this, you kind of start this on the process on the way. So you just see this lizard on the back of this giant elk with his eyes kind of going different ways as it carries him back to the hotel. And
with a
then
boar following and a badger on his head.
Badger on his.
So you get back to your room and you continue to what's it called? Meditate. Derp. Yeah. Bakht. You get back as well, and yeah. If there's nothing else you want to do, there is a message from Sir Algrim. He says he has managed to secure some transportation over the inland sea. You're given the name of the ship that you will be taking. It is the Corner Brook.
The Corner Brook.
Ship.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ship.
So we're like already booking travel on this lake or whatever.
Yes. This massive body of. Think of it something like the Caspian Sea or the Mediterranean, entirely landlocked.
Do we have time to go to the armory marked on this particular map for like a couple minutes in the morning before we leave, or?
The note doesn't say when you guys are going to be leaving, but it's going to be the next 1 to 2 days. So if you want to go there, if you knew that was there, then yes.
Well, Let me see. Hold
Oh,
on.
damn it! I forget. I keep forgetting that my mouses doesn't have
Dade.
any power to it.
Oh, it's one of them battery deals. Okay. So yeah.
If it wasn't a battery deal, I would be much more alarmed and irritated than I am now.
Okay.
Do you want to go to
What,
the?
to the armory? Is it daylight yet?
I mean, the night passes. Frederick, this is the first time that you've actually slept really well without feeling any sensation of somebody watching you. And morning comes. As I wait for my text document to open. And it becomes morning. The sun comes up. The city comes alive a little bit more as the fishermen go out. Okay. Do you want to make a trip to the shop?
Yes, I do.
Always.
I'm okay.
Trying to find which one of these I actually had because I did a couple of these. Yes. You come to a place called what's it called? Kamei's and Salor's Armory.
Sorry.
Who's going with you? Is anyone going with you? Are you joining him?
I'm grabbing something to drink. It's in the room, so I'll be right back.
I'll go with them. Just because I
I'll
have,
be going.
I
Why
have the
not?
I'm carrying the party funds.
I was just curious about this simply because it's an armory. I mean, I'm not looking to upgrade anything because we already upgraded, but I'm window shopping.
For those of you here, you recognize the name Salor.
Oh,
So,
okay. I think that's before I started taking detailed notes, but that was in. Was it that pole armor? That knight?
No, that's what's his name?
that would be Totori.
That was Satori. No, Salor is a different individual. If you need help, I can put you in the right direction.
DM, pull me out of my struggling.
You remember an elven ranger you met underground that Sledge had talked to.
Oh, him. He left that ranger who left the other, not the druid, but the other guy. Our bard?
The bard.
Yeah, okay. Right before we entered the Underdark and found that pile of loot in the anteroom over there. Okay.
Okay. You go to what you see before you in Kamei's and Salor's shop. You see a two-story building. It is has some glass windows in it. It's very brick. It's not all that well lit, but on the inside, and there's not really all that much light let in by the windows. They're kind of dirty and grimy, but you come in. There's a number of things strewn on the walls. There's a counter, and you're met by a elven woman named whose name you assume is Kamei.
Okay. Hello.
Oh, hi.
I'm here to look at some armor.
Well, I hope so. This is an armory.
Yes. Was wondering what you'd had for someone like me. Rather simple armor, nothing too complex.
She kind of looks around, and she kind of thinks and says, "Well, you mostly have shields currently. but we have some studded leather. For you might be too big for it though. It's kind of small.
Oh, okay. Um, not to insult you or your shop or anything, but I could, if it doesn't disturb the aesthetic of this place, I could clean those windows for you. Too
Why?
disturbing? Okay.
I mean, it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I've slept in worse places, and I've done business in much worse areas.
Okay then. Never mind. Do you have any? You said you have mostly shields and armor. This is an armory. By any chance, would you have any magic items or means to enchant those armors?
Most of what we have is brought to us by adventurers.
Oh,
Back,
okay.
back in my adventuring days, I always knew it was a hard place to find magical items. But most of our items are already enchanted when we get them. And we trade enough of them that keeps us in business. But we
Okay.
don't enchant them ourselves. We're merely sellers of items.
Okay, of items, but you wouldn't sell supplies like you don't sell
We don't
potion.
do any in-house enchantment. No, this is an armory.
Okay, so all right. So armor and armor. Gotcha.
Yes.
I
kinda looks
turn to Tread and I whisper, "Hey, if there's anything you want to look at here, have at it, but I think I'm about done."
Can I help
I-
anyone else? She kind of leans over the counter, looks at you all.
Oh, go ahead.
Tread's just looking around. Would you have anything more by not metal?
She kind of thinks a little bit, and she looks behind, and she says, "We have a heavy wooden shield made out of dark wood."
Holds up my shield.
Okay, then. I've seen weirder things, but that's nice. As you look around, there's a couple of other maps and things like kind of tape and framed on the wall throughout the place, and with little places marked on them. And
I'd like to go look at those real quick.
I see you noticed the maps.
Yes, are they from locations nearby?
Oh no, those are old places I went exploring in when I was an adventurer.
Oh, okay. Well, where are they?
She points to one that you're looking at. That one's a particular location by Untabar, and an old subsection of one of the Dwarven cities that me and my partner went in and explored a couple, it was probably 30, 40 years ago. It was really fun.
Which dwarven city?
The Dwarvens. DM note: there is generally considered to be one Dwarven city in the Southern Break. It's kind of this entire conglomerate. While it technically falls within the territory of Saran, they're kind of like this is not. It's kind of like a major city, but it has its own infrastructure. But it covers all of the Southern Break to a great extent. It's one Dwarven city.
Okay, so it's all dwarves. Okay.
Well, not all dwarves. It's run by dwarves.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, though. We should be trying to pick up a map if we're going to be, like, traveling a week one way and 300 miles east or some shit.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, no. These are my personal collection. These aren't for sale.
Even though they're not for sale, could I perhaps sketch them while you watch?
These kind of
no. Okay, that's fine.
Would there be a place in town that would have like local
I try more by the docks and the repair sloops. They have a lot of cartography there.
Okay.
Can I help you with anything else? And she kind of looks at the other parts of the party that haven't spoken.
I would like to ask her if Salon
Salor.
is in.
Oh no, he's on one of his little trips.
Little trip.
Probably be maybe a month or more before he comes back.
Would you just let him know that a member stopped in?
A member?
Yes. Just tell him a member.
Side note: Salor is technically not part of the Order of the Thod.
Oh. Never mind then.
He's a merc too, then.
He's an underground adventurer.
Okay, like Toadspore is.
Think of him more as a hunter, while Toadspore is more of an adventurer or a spelunker.
Oh, okay. So he wouldn't necessarily, since he's not part of an organization, he wouldn't necessarily know us as such.
Well, he would remember you as the guys that Sledge, the Warforged, brought down, who asked him to take a message to some people in Crosswood.
Okay, maybe we can jog his memory with that then. That's what I would say.
I would like to ask the old lady if she knows of any stores nearby that would sell potions and the like.
She kind of thinks a little bit. Not that I can think of right off the top of my head. I generally take most of my time doing things with consigning armors and getting new stock in, moving stock, and every so often taking a little adventure here and there. It's been a while since I've been in the potion market. If there's nothing else,
I have nothing else.
good day.
Good day.
He kind of goes back behind the back room a little bit. You can still kind of see her peeking out every so often from the back room. Just make sure that you aren't like trying to steal anything, but she's
Relax,
very definitely
I'm not playing a rogue.
But she's very definitely made it clear that she's not going to be serving you right now.
Well, maybe he didn't mean you.
Well,
I'm saying it from the logical perspective of the random elf woman whom you're standing in her shop.
She wants to make sure we don't walk off with her stock in our pockets.
Yes.
I could walk off with her head.
Could you?
Maybe.
As a practice adventurer, that would be a fight. And I'd not suggest we bring the entire guard upon us at this juncture.
Well, no, I was simply speaking hypothetically.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
If we want to get a map made, I suggest we just go out east by the docks and see if we can't get one made. Or
are we going to need one, or are we familiar with where we're heading?
You know of Ultan. This might be your first time going there, but you better get a map of the location because it is a very expansive place. Local maps would possibly be able to allow you to get there, but since you know you're going to the Oasis, that's pretty much like one of the largest cities in it, and yeah.
Well, I'm going to go try to find some place to buy some potions, essentially.
I can essentially tell you that I have nothing written up for that, so you won't find any.
No, we'll find them.
Well, that was a quick search.
It takes you a couple of hours. You find nothing. There's some places that sell food, a few other places, but most of this is centered on the tradecraft of the sea and what's related to that.
So, like fish,
fishing,
And
Oh,
catching
some
fish. Sailing?
some exotic food trade.
Okay.
Other than that,
If they got fishing, Tread wants to go fishing.
it's mostly, I guess you wouldn't call it industrialized, but there is a couple of places that would offer you some time out in a boat to attempt to do some fishing.
Boat.
No.
Yeah.
Although
there
if
like
I
a
can
coastline
find
you can
a
just,
general
like,
store, I would
go
like to buy
looking
some
for fish up?
rope.
We have.
There
Don't
is-
worry about rope.
We have a nice
Don't worry
rope that
about
we
rope.
found. It's all right. We're set on rope. Yeah.
You said on rope. Okay.
Yeah.
They murdered a lynching squad at least once. No, that didn't happen
Yet.
yet. That's true.
The only thing we've had a problem with are portcullises and wooden doors.
We solved that though.
True.
Yeah.
That was a lot of doors.
I would.
I remember my last attempt at getting around a portcullis.
Okay. Did it end badly?
Yes.
Yes. It
Everyone but myself got knocked out with a spell, and I got stabbed in the kidney.
Oh
man.
yeah, I
fun.
remember that.
I would. I would say. Go ahead.
No, and then we woke up in a prison cell.
Children of the Corn.
Oh man.
I would say that if there's not a whole lot for us to do until we leave to go across the sea, I would say we could just fast forward to that point.
Yeah.
Yes.
If
You hear-
the map made, Sir Algrim knows where we're going to. Yeah.
you hear Toadsport comes in and he says, I guess there was a story of this large green creature fishing on the edge of the ocean today. Isn't that strange? And then he kind of looks and sees the Tread Scholar is just stopping. Brown. I keep imagining you as a green lizard. I don't know why. The brown creature. Then he sees Tread Scholar just sopping with,
Holding like 3 fish,
I see.
descaling them.
The next day, Sir Algrim comes personally and informs you that they're going to be taking off sometime this morning. He would like you on your assigned ship as soon as possible.
No problem. Be there shortly.
Okay.
I guess I'd pack up my stuff and head out.
All right. You managed to make it to one of the more southerly quays. There are these large stone buildings that you assume are for fixing ships, and St. Chrysonius is rather famous for this. And you make your way to the Corner Brooks moorings, and you're met by Captain Ross. Hello. I'm guessing you are our special guests for this trip.
I would guess so.
Okay. You see that the Corner Brook is a long, kind of low ship. It doesn't really seem to be something you would use for merchant endeavors, but it seems very well kept. It has a nice blue paint job with the flecks of yellow all over it. It's not an ostentatious blue, but kind of more of a, I would kind of say, a warmer dark blue. Well, you can just stow your things below deck, and or my crew will take care of that. You can stay up on the deck and enjoy the lovely breeze that's happening. He gets on. Now when you look at Captain Ross, he has a massive curly hair, and he's got these not the Barrisant. He's very elven ears, and has a kind of a well filled out beard, despite the fact that not many elves have beards. But he seems to make it work. Everyone gets on board and says, "All right, we're going to shove off." And you see, there's probably about 5 or 6 vessels in this little armada that's going to cross the inland sea. couple weeks go by. Not much of things. Those of you who go below deck notice that there are a number of lumpy objects underneath tarps. 6 or so of them on either side of the below deck area. Other than that, nothing to notice.
Can I look at those?
You can
Yes, indeed.
What are they?
roll a search check. Or sorry, roll for. Keep moving this dead mouse. Anyway, what would be silent movement or hide and search?
Stealth, investigation.
Okay. No one notices you looking at this, but even you recognize as you find something that are these large tubes of iron or steel on wheels, and they're kind of held in place by ropes connected to the walls.
Cannons.
Yes, indeed. But we may or may not know that. Our characters may not.
No, probably not. All right. I'm good. I've looked at stuff, touched stuff.
I can guarantee you Shred has no idea what those are.
I'm pretty sure Tread's just concerned that they're made of metal.
Yeah.
He didn't really care that things around him are metal. He just can't really wear too much metal.
Okay, since it's gonna probably be about by boat to Olton, I think this is a good place to stop, especially since I can't really drag you guys over because my mouse is dead. We'll end tonight's session there, and we'll pick up in the Eastern Kingdom of Olton.
Sweet.
Okay.
Huzzah!